NFL pick on week 14, the first game, Thursday night game, Patriots versus Rams. I got the Rams in this one. People have been talking about the Patriots having, they figured Goff out. They know Goff's game, so he's going to have a bad game. I don't really feel that way. I think Jared Goff will do well, and I think Brandon Staley has that defense playing at an exceptional level. So I think the Rams beat the Patriots. Even though the Patriots have been playing better, this is a team that still does not have an offense. If they can score on defense against Goff, which is highly possible, then I see them winning this game. But I'm going to go with the Rams. I think they'll win this game against the Patriots. The next game is the Titans versus Jaguars. I don't got to talk too much about this. I have the Titans, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a close game. The Jaguars made it close against the Vikings. The Titans don't have a very good defense. So can I see this game going down to the wire? I can, but I'm going to go with the Titans. I think they bounce back after that embarrassing loss to the Browns. They have to bounce back, so I see them winning. Next game is the Vikings versus the Buccaneers. I have the Buccaneers winning this game. They're coming off a bye week. I think their chemistry is going to be better. Tom Brady is going to have more chemistry with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, especially in a complicated offense like that. You need more reps, and I think that bye week helped them out a lot. And the Vikings don't have a good defense. They're good on offense, but if the Buccaneers neutralize that running game, then I think this game could be a blowout. I got the Tampa Bay Bucs over the Vikings. The next game is the Chiefs versus Dolphins. This might be a tough one because the Dolphins defense has been really good. Tua against that Chiefs defense, who knows what's going to happen. But I have the Chiefs in this one. I think they're the best team in the NFL to me right now. I don't care that the Steelers are undefeated. The Saints have been playing good with Taysom Hill. But the Chiefs, defending Super Bowl champions, I think without a doubt they're the best team in the league. As good as the Dolphins' defense has been, I don't think they have enough players to really neutralize that Chiefs offense. And I think that the Chiefs defense will play well against Tua. So I have the Chiefs over the Dolphins. Next game, the Broncos versus the Panthers. This is a tough one too. The Panthers are a historically bad third down team. Even though they're pretty good on every other down, the Broncos with Drew Lock, who knows how he's going to play? He's really inconsistent. They got weapons, so he could have a good game. But I got the Panthers. I think Teddy Bridgewater, he's good. Their offense is pretty good. Like I said, this is going to be a tough game because the Broncos have like a top 10 defense in the NFL. So you can go either way with this one, but I'm just going to pick the Panthers just because of familiarity. I've seen them play a lot. I kind of have an admiration for the Panthers. I like Teddy. I like Robbie. I like the guys on their defense like Jeremy Chin, the young guys. So I'm going to pick the Panthers in this one. Next game, the Texans versus the Bears. The Bears have been on a bad losing streak. And if they start Mitch, I think this is an easy call. You pick the Texans if they start Mitch. Again, they could have made a comeback against the Lions and then he fumbled. So I think Mitch always finds a way to lose. Even if they have Foles, I think they will still lose. This might be a high-scoring game because the Texans' defense isn't good. But after what I've seen Deshaun Watson do to that Colts defense, can he have a similar game against the Bears defense? I do think he can. So for that reason, I'm going to pick the Texans. I think he's motivated after losing to the Colts as well. So I'm going to pick the Texans to win this game. Next game, the Cardinals versus Giants. I'm picking the Cardinals. I know the Giants, they just won with Colt McCoy, which I don't even know how they did that. They have a good defense, but the Cardinals, I think they need this win bad. If they don't win this game and the Vikings win, then they're basically going to be out the playoffs. So I think the Cardinals need this win. They've lost 3 straight. I don't think they'll lose 4 straight, and I think Kyler Murray has a really good game. The next game is the Cowboys versus Bengals. This is a game of the worst of the worst. And I think the Cowboys win this game. The Bengals don't have a quarterback. It's Brandon Allen. But Brandon Allen might be as good as their quarterback. Like Andy Dalton's not special either. But I think Cowboys, I'm pretty sure they're coming off a bye as well. They're coming off a bye. They'll probably be more prepared than usual with this game. And the Bengals aren't a good team. So I'll pick the Cowboys. But you can go either way on this one. Next game is the Colts versus Raiders. Look, I got the Colts. I think the Raiders, it was a fluke win over the Jets. The Raiders should have never beat the Jets. The Jets' play calling was abysmal, and that's the only reason that the Raiders won. Against the Colts, who are actually trying to win games, I don't think they'll beat them. The Colts' defense is going to show up against the Raiders. Derek Carr hasn't been taking care of the ball too well these past couple of weeks, and I think the Raiders' defense isn't good as well, so Phillip Rivers will get it going to Nyheim Hines. Jonathan Taylor's coming off a great game. T.Y. Hilton, Michael Pittman Jr. I got the Colts in this one. Next game. Oh, this is an easy one. Jets versus Seahawks. This is a revenge game for Jamal Adams. Let's just be honest. Jamal Adams, please, Jets, start Joe Flacco. Because whoever's the quarterback is going to get hit. Jamal Adams is going to have a great game against the Jets. The Seahawks are going to win this. They're probably going to blow out the Jets, and I hope they do, because that just means that the Jets are inching one step closer to getting Trevor Lawrence, and that's my dream scenario. I got the Seahawks in this game. The next game is the Packers versus the Lions. The Lions just fired their coach. Now Darren Bevel is their coach now, but I don't think it makes a difference. I think the Packers win this game. Whether it be the Vikings, the Bears, the Lions, the Packers have everybody's number in the NFC North. Every time they face one of those teams, it always seems like it goes the Packers' way one way or another. Aaron Rodgers, he's having an MVP year. He's playing lights out. I think the Packers win this game. Now the Falcons versus the Chargers. So the Chargers just got embarrassed by the Patriots. I feel like that locker room's already given up on Anthony Lynn and that coaching staff. And the Falcons, Raheem Morris is 4-3 as their interim coach. So they've been playing good football with him as their coach. And I think they continue it. I think Matt Ryan has a field day on that Chargers defense. I think they win this game. And their defense hasn't been too horrible since switching coaches. So I think the Falcons win this game. And I think it's a pretty easy pick for me. Next game is Washington versus the 49ers. This is hard because Washington has a really elite defense. Their offense is just really bad. So, and the 49ers, they have injuries, but I think they're much more of a balanced team. For that reason, I'll go the 49ers. They'll probably have Nick Mullins starting. I'm not sure. I think Jimmy might be out for the year. But even if that, I think the 49ers are trying to make a playoff push, and they need as many games as they can get. And Washington just isn't talented enough on offense to keep up with teams. That's just the reality of it. Next game, the Saints versus Eagles. I got the Saints in this one, whether Jalen Hurts or Carson Wentz starts. I got the Saints in this one. They've been playing some great football. They're the second best team in the NFL to me. And Taysom Hill, he's been playing pretty good. Like, you know, people like to make jokes about him, but Taysom Hill has been doing his thing. That defense has been better down the stretch. They're finally finding their groove. So I think the Saints beat the Eagles. Next game, Sunday Night Football, I believe. Steelers versus Bills. And the Bills, they have two back-to-back primetime games. This week against the Steelers, primetime. And next week, they're facing the Steelers on primetime. Well, this week, today, it's against 49ers. So back-to-back primetime games. I think the Steelers get their first loss. They didn't lose to Washington, right? They didn't lose to the Steelers lost? Yeah, they got upset. Whoa, the Steelers lost to Washington. Wow. All right, so I think that's even more of a reason to pick the Bills. I think the Bills are going to beat the Steelers as well. Wow, Washington beat the Steelers. That's crazy. But I got the Bills beating the Steelers. People are forgetting that this Bills defense was an elite unit last year. They're finally finding their groove again. They're getting healthy. That offense is really good. So I got the Bills beating the Steelers. Next game, Ravens versus the Browns. Look, the Ravens need this game. They're this close to missing the playoffs. They need this game. The Browns, even though they had a dominant win over the Titans, I'm still not completely sold on them. I have the Ravens. I think their defense will show up and stop the run. I think they'll force Baker Mayfield into turnovers. And I think that ultimately Lamar Jackson is going to have a really good game and bounce back. Those are my picks for Week 14 of the NFL. In the comment section, put your picks for Week 14 of the NFL. And let's see who you got.